Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. It is Friday night. It is time for a little never. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. We are here in Central Florida fighting off hurricanes with fisticuffs and doing last-minute preparations and playing D&D. We've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. The schedule coming up this week for Indigo Chameleon. We've got some good stuff coming down the pipeline. There's nothing going on here tomorrow night. Sunday night, we're going to be doing something. I don't know what we're going to be doing. I kind of have this idea.
Hunkering down.
We're going to be hunkering down for
an
incoming hurricane. But I kind of want to stream during the hurricane just so I can say, like, hey, we did D&D.
Playing Undertale?
I might play Undertale. Yeah, we'll do that. Monday night is going to be a one-shot. I'm really excited about this. I want to explore the piratey side of Neverland. So I have a crew of pirates. We've got a Talking Heads one-shot in with people from all over the place, including Callsign Scarecrow, which I'm very happy to be on the stream. And he's a fantastic player, and I'm very happy to have him on board for that one. So that is Monday night. Tuesday night, we go back to Wonder, where we learn what happened with our once plant man, now real boy. Why Felrin is acting so curious, and we deal with the ramifications that Nyx vanished someone without waiting to hear what was happening. So we have about a minute of conversation.
Why did you keep that guy around?
I asked myself that same question.
Because he's a Weasley.
I love him so much. It was honestly the most forward thing Nyx has ever done. I was just, what?
Right.
Lots of fun things happening in the Wonderland game. On Wednesday night, nothing going on here, and probably not a lot going on in Central Florida. But stay tuned. You can follow us on the Discord for latest updates and information about where Indigo and I will be. On Thursday night, it is normally a World of Warcraft night here on Indigo Chameleon. It is not going to be. It is Vampire the Masquerade. We're going to be, our very own Audie is going to be teaching people how to play the Vampire the Masquerade game, myself included, because I've never played before. And lots of fun, exciting things. Like I said, follow the Discord. Well, we also have a merch store. You can look at the merch store and find out some information about stuff that we have. If somebody wouldn't mind dropping the link to the merch store for me. Indigo, would you drop the link for the merch store for me?
Yeah, we got a ton of reverb on the mic, so I'm going to see if I can figure out what's going on with that.
Sure. And I can even do this, so I can like turn it down. Or we have like water bottles and T-shirts and stuff like that, and stickers and
getting a hoodie.
And a hoodie and all sorts of interesting, exciting things going on. So, do we need to take a quick intermission and try to fix stuff? Would it be better if I turn off?
What I'll do is I will try to, as we go, I will try to adjust these volumes a little bit, and we'll figure it out.
Sure. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're working with a new audio setup tonight, and we're just trying to make sure that everything works and that you can hear all of our players, including some of our quieter players. So, once upon a time in Neverland, when last we left this ragtag group of individuals, okay, thanks, Wolfgren. Wolfgren said that we can hear fine. When last we left, it is just wobbly. Okay. When last we left this group of heroes, they had met someone new to the party. They had met Edwin Reynolds. But not the Edwin Reynolds that they knew from before. It was a different Edwin Reynolds.
This is my first Edwin Reynolds.
And this is you never forget your first Edwin Reynolds. This Edwin Reynolds is a blue-skinned individual who believes he is a god. And it was played by our very own Beljinx the Bard, who, because he's never seen anyone that looks like him, he believes he is a god of sorts. So, and because of all of his magical prowess and things of that sort. So, the group did a bit of a rescue mission to rescue him. Not only did they rescue Edwin and kill mercilessly two separate groups of pirates, including chopping one in half. They rescued a turtle, Maquis, who is very happy to be released, and they rescued another member of the tribe, which, much to the delight of Desbahai, who didn't think that there was anybody around currently at the moment. So, yeah. At that time, the ship was set on fire by a group of female pirates who set an explosion to go off on the ship, destroying the ship in the process. And Edwin unfolded his magical boat that goes from a small cube to an actual boat that can travel on land as well. So the group is now sort of floating off in the water aboard Edwin Reynolds' ship, with the exception of Nell, that went off on an adventure of her own last episode. So now, let's pick up right where we left off, with the group aboard Edwin Reynolds' ship. Heroes, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to relish in the fact that I now have a waterproof bag.
Yeah. Amidst the adventures, after accidentally drowning yet again some more paper in water, Cal has now found the thing he sought for most in the entire world: a waterproof bag, a small satchel that enchants and sort of whisk water away from the bag itself.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
The magical bag of zip lock.
Edwin sort of looks at everyone on the boat and says, "Well, I'm grateful that you did that, but I could have handled it."
Well, you could be blown up.
That's true too. Where can I take you?
Where are we heading, gang?
Well, we were staging a rescue mission, but I do believe we found the only people needing to be rescued in this area.
Should we go back to Daisy?
We could.
At least get kind of bearings and then head out that way?
Then head off and try to find more people to rescue, or more leads, clues.
We have some pretty good leads right here.
Sure, we should ask the people literally standing right next to us. Hey, where were you taken from? Return to the native.
Yeah, grasp by it. We say, tell us what happened. Give us the lowdown.
He looks around at the rest of the party, Desbahai, and looks over at you. And there's a moment where it's almost like give me an insight check, as he sort of looks around at everybody and then looks back at you.
Well, that's already untrustworthy for the rest of the party. Insight?
Yes.
20.
Yeah, he doesn't want to say anything while the skeleton man, the largest woman he's ever met in his life, the Never Boy, and the strange adult non-pirate is in his presence.
So I take him over and I excuse myself. We're just going to talk for a minute. I'll confide with the rest of you what we know.
I remember dying. I remember the sickness being there and creeping up my arm and watching as people ran. And I remember sinking into the ground and waking up as two hands grabbed me by the arms and picked me out of the dirt.
Two friendly hands?
No, I was brought here. We were given minimal food. A man showed up. He put a sword to my neck and he looked me in the eyes and he said, "It is not him," and threw me back to the ground.
They're looking for someone, so it seems.
Yes.
Not you.
No.
This man that you speak of, tell me about him. What was he like? What was he wearing? How did he seem?
Let's see how good his memory is as he's starting to sort of feel a little bit more comfortable in your presence. He goes, he was a tall man. I was somewhat hungry and thirsty at the time. Memories are a little hazy. He was very tall, and I remembered he had gray eyes. as if the color had been stripped from them and not returned. I remember being sad in his presence, but that is all I can remember.
So as his eyes had his color drained, they also drained the happiness from you.
Yes.
And the village, you saw nothing of them during your time after.
No, how many have you found?
You and a series of very confusing packages that are seeming to not call me home, but just deliver me on this path.
Do we have a place to rest?
We may rest here, or we can rest with the Legion of the Never Boys. They have opted to give us some of their quarters too.
I would very much like that. And perhaps I will keep watch tonight and see who is delivering these packages.
I think that would be a great idea.
All right. Given the directions, Edwin Reynolds sets off in the boat that walks on land. And sure enough, as the boat starts moving towards the shoreline, you're waiting for it to sort of crash up on the beach. But a funny thing happens. It's sort of like sails on the land. Like the sail picks up wind and things of that sort, and trees and things, almost like the night bus in Harry Potter, things begin to move and shift out of the way and then shift back into place. Mountains are nothing to this, and the travel is cut almost in half or by 3/4 as this ship sails over, and everyone sees Cal thinking of ways to kill this NPC to take this ship.
You'll never know. I'll do it in sleep.
As you guys get close back to the treehouse, you see the familiar form of Daisy, who's sort of waving at everybody. Is Nell on her shoulder? Is she back at the treehouse?
She's back. She's not on somebody's shoulder
She's
now.
not on somebody's shoulder. You guys see a little zip, zip, zip as a familiar form is going, but going way faster than normal. As Edwin pulls up to the treehouse and sort of lets everyone disembark. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks again for stuff.
Hey, buddy, before you go,
Yes,
what are you wanted for?
I'm wanted for being me.
I figured that would be the answer, but I had to ask.
No, that's fine. I mean, look at me.
I'm looking.
All right. If you ever need help,
I'll know who
try
to
asking
call.
for it from other people. And he sets off
I'm gonna get that boat one day.
he sets off on his boat. You guys are back at the treehouse with Daisy. What do they see when they climb the rope ladder up? What do they see when they see Nell?
Well, I mean, they see her riding a bumblebee.
They see Nell riding a bumblebee.
Oh goodness.
And she is zipping along on this bumblebee. And this thing looks big. And it's like archetypical yellow and black stripes and stuff like that. Yeah.
How big is this bee? Is it like football size almost?
I'm 4 inches. So
It'd be a
it's
big
not
bee.
that big.
Yeah. It's a biggish bee.
It's a bigger bee.
It's bigger than a
Probably
normal
like-
bee-sized bee.
It's bigger than normal
like a-
bee-sized bee.
Bigger
Yes.
than a
Yep.
normal.
Like a good,
Yeah.
like a good sized potato.
It's a capital bee.
Yeah.
It's a capital B.
Where
Yeah.
did you find a potato-sized bee?
I don't know, but his name's Jerry.
Down.
Putting him down the NPC list.
No, I was off looking for my other friend that I couldn't find, and I found Jerry in this really pretty. Well, hold on. No, I didn't find him. I don't know how. I don't really remember. The only thing I remember was this really big purple lady, and she was talking about the magic of never. And then all of a sudden I closed my eyes and I heard buzzing, and then this bee was here, and I named him Jerry.
I love this bee.
Yeah.
It's a good bee.
Yeah. Oh, that lady was like your size.
Tall.
Yeah. She's pretty big. She's really nice too. I like
There
her.
are more of you?
Give me. Yeah, you're not gonna care. If you're anybody concerned about the really tall woman, purple.
Yeah.
Give me a.
I only know one thing about purple.
Yeah, give me investigation, or actually give me history. History.
No, for me.
That's a no for me.
19.
That's a no for me.
19.
I'm really concerned about this bee. It's really cool.
The bee you're all about. But
I'm very happy to see Nell again.
it's tough. You remember that there's all sorts of odd creatures that walk around Neverland, but you've never heard of like a 7-foot tall purple one.
I mean, it has my interest.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
So any tall purple lady would.
Daisy has prepared a veritable feast for all of you. Jerry the potato-sized bee is in my notes. Daisy has prepared a veritable feast for all of you. She didn't know how many people were coming, so it's a lot of food, and has sort of prepared and set up stuff for everyone as you guys sit down and rest.
Did we leave the turtle on the beach? Portal? We just left it.
Oh, I thought you meant Slowpoke. I'm like, no, Slowpoke did not get left.
No.
Left Corey.
Marquis is just.
Yeah.
Hey, I like your hat.
It's his turtle.
It's not a hat, it's a turtle. What
It's
do
a
you-
hat.
What? Oh, yes. I forget what I put on my head sometimes.
Oh.
Turtle, hat, it's all the same.
As he says turtle, the hat goes, and it's slower poke.
See, just as I thought. I don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's he's
I
sitting up
think
there
as you
now.
put it back on your head, he doesn't change because it's funnier, and he pees just a little bit. And then he just slowly like brings his head down and be like,
I'm gonna reach over and like put my finger out, like fist bump the turtle.
Oh, right, very
maybe
good.
animal handling?
Yes! 14?
It's alright.
Cool.
He
Does
sort
he
of, like,
change
brings
into
his
other
head
things?
forward.
It's a turtle.
Well, I've never asked him to. I haven't asked him to change into other things.
Why not?
Well, so far I've only needed a hat.
That's the first thing I would ask is what other things can you change into?
What other hats can you turn into?
That's not what I said.
He like thinks about it a little bit, and he turns back into the same hat he was, but it's just a slightly darker shade.
Does that answer your question?
That's pretty cool.
Sort of.
Right, there we go.
So cool, you got the
Yeah.
there's a hat on your head.
Yes.
You guys probably it's getting a little bit later into the evening after all of your adventures and traveling and blowing up a ship and almost dying.
Thursdays.
But as you sit and eat your food and things of that sort, is there anything you would like to do with the latter half of your evening?
Cal's gonna go in the bag. He's gonna go into the bag.
Sure. Cal, are you doing this in private, or are you?
Just probably.
Are you playing with your? No. Are you?
No.
Are you utilizing your bag in front of people, or like?
I would like to do it probably in the corner of myself, please.
Okay. Yeah.
Cal's walking
Cal
over.
walks over to a small corner and sort of sets up, and as he does, would anybody be paying attention to what Cal's doing?
I got a B.
You guys,
You know what? That's a solid answer.
two of you give me perception checks at disadvantage. Just as you're sort of milling about, Cal gets one of these.
12.
12?
That's a really cool bee.
It's a super cool bee. You love that bee. Yeah, Cal goes over to a little corner and you sort of like look over it. It's like, that's odd. And you come back, and as you turn back and look, Cal's not there.
Oh wait, you don't see that.
No. Like Cal like goes over to a little corner. He's like setting up and he's like sitting down on the ground. He's got his stuff, and he's not there.
He's so fast at running.
He's so skeletons run faster than potato peas.
Hey,
They don't have to catch their breath, to be fair, so they can just keep
They
going.
can just keep going. It's
That's
about
true.
the endurance, if anything.
Yeah.
Calcium, man. I'm telling you.
Milk.
So yeah, what you're set up in there?
It's
Are
just
you-
the basic. It's just the basic room. We have like it's the sofa.
It's
And
just a basic. It's got
Cool.
like a sofa. There's some soft elevator music playing. There's a potted plant that looks like it's on the verge of death. Like it's a traditional,
cool.
multi-purpose room.
Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna take the water. It's gonna have water the plant first of all.
You're gonna call them rosen plants or gilden fern. Neither cool. Good talk.
It's John Rosenbaum first of all.
John
uh,
Rosenbaum.
Thank you.
There it is.
There it is.
Found it.
Cool. Yeah, you set up shop in there. You
Yeah, I just get just one of those like
make
just
it a
kind
little
of
homey.
just look around and see what can be done. If it is, there's no windows, no doors, obviously, right?
There's always my way.
I'm already halfway there.
There is no way out, but there is a lever off in the corner.
Okay, cool. Cool. I just really want. I'm gonna pull out while I'm in here. I'm just gonna kind of like pull out the hilt and see if just kind of like just kind of flip it around to see if it gives me any feeling.
Sure. Yeah, you spend a little bit of time with this hilt, this jade crocodile hilt, and you're just spending time sort of moving it around and seeing if anything jogs your memory, and
Nothing.
it seems to speak to you.
Okay.
It's heavy in your hand. It seems cool to the touch, but nothing seems to
Nothing. Okay.
sort of activate. I imagine it's the scene in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. You're like, Shazam! Like you're trying everything. Go.
Go, go.
You know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I pull the lever.
Oh yeah, you're out of the bag.
Cool. Nice. That's all I wanted to do. Just like tinker with the stuff I had.
Before we go to bed, I'm gonna spend my time getting to know Mr. Pickles
Okay.
a little bit better,
Yeah.
and just kind of attune to him. a
Yeah.
little bit.
I think it's fairly easy as you go over to a little spot. You climb down from the tree and take your wooden chess piece and sort of throw it on the ground, and as you or gently place it on the ground so the horse isn't. Come on, man. Mr. Pickles, a beautiful sort of chestnut color, almost the same color as the wood itself from the chess piece, comes out and sort of does a polite bow to you, and there's no saddle or anything like that, but he's got some white markings along the side of it. So think that brown color, but he's got these little like white spots around the side that look like constellations or stars that like sort of trail up the torso area of the stomach. So that's Mr. Pickles, and you take a little bit of time. Give me an animal handling check, and give it to me at advantage based on your background and your time spent with animals and things of that sort. You,
17?
yeah, Daisy comes down and sort of she actually yells at you guys. It's like, hey guys, there's a horse, and like will sort of like crawl over to the railing, and she'll kick her feet up into the railing so that she's like leaning off, but she's leaning backwards, and her feet are holding her up on the railing. So she's like a bunch of feet above the ground, just sort of leaning back upside down, checking out this horse. And how much did you get?
17.
17? Yeah, it's a pretty seamless ride. It's one of those things where you feel an instant kinship with Mr. Pickles. And as you're sort of riding down the street, I think it does wonders for you to be able to pick up that sort of speed again, but I think it does wonders for your soul to be able to just sort of, for a brief moment when you're going fast and sort of riding around, forgetting about everything that happened, and you're just back to being an explorer on the island.
Yeah.
And so. But
I'm imagining she's doing like teeny tiny little tricky acrobatics.
Okay,
things,
well
too.
then give me an athletics check.
Standing up on the horse.
Let's see how daring she gets as she sort of stands up on the horse and attempts some different things.
11.
Yeah, you know what? At one point you're like, I got this. There's a little bit of a kinship, and just as you begin to stand up,
You're like,
Mr.
no.
Pickles like jumps like a sort of a root that's sticking up, and you manage to kind of like you fall backwards, but you make it look like I meant to do that, and like Daisy's like clapping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She was standing up, now she's sitting down. It's amazing.
On a horse. Yeah.
Crazy.
Even simple things on a horse are like cool.
Yeah.
So like you spend a little bit of time, and Mr. Pickles is your gal Friday. Like he's right there with you and sort of responds to you. He does at one point looks like he's getting tired as you spend a good part of the day sort of riding around and things of that sort. And he does eat and drink like a normal horse, so he will sort of almost like look to you as if to kind of go off and get some food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And he goes off on his own and sort of goes and wanders off and grabs, finds food and finds some things to eat and finds some water to drink, and then wanders back over to where you are and just sort of waits for your command to shrink back down to the chest piece. Yeah.
Nice.
There's your time, Mr. Pickles. Cool. We rest. It is an uneventful night as you all sit and rest in the comfort of the tree. Are you?
No, I'm gonna go under the tree.
You're going under the tree. Yeah, I think Daisy's prepared this time. I think after a little bit of a conversation, she's got this spot sort of like mapped out for you. And you look in the hole, and there's even like a pillow, like a little
Daisy,
pillow
sweetheart.
in the hole. And she's like, "Are you ready?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Get in."
Jump in.
And she spends some time like pushing dirt on top of you,
gonna
like
help
putting the
Daisy.
shield on the ground. And sort of like,
Oh, you buried me alive, huh? And then he goes to sleep.
she starts digging you up.
It's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, okay. So she'll cover you up. Yeah, everybody marked down a long rest. Your character sheet.
We sleep.
You are all woken up in the morning to the faint sound of music. It is not coming from anywhere in the tree, but it seems to waft on the breeze, as if from somewhere distant. It's a odd sort of sound. You all would recognize it as sort of like a Zydeco music. Sort of this, it's hard to pinpoint an instrument here, as it's almost like a really loud, like, music box, or things of that sort, like a melody that seems to be playing from a distance.
Okay.
I'm down for the tree. I'm looking for the music.
Like,
Yeah,
I jumped down.
immediately Thistle jumps out of the tree, and she's like, and it's almost like Daisy and Thistle are both running towards the tree, and they get to she's like, rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then you go, rock, paper, and you just jump off the tree, and so she stays there. Sure, give me a perception check, Thistle, as you start looking around.
I would jump down.
Perception checks as well, guys. The two of our party members just jumped off the tree.
23.
Since I'm already down there, can I roll?
14.
You need to start digging out.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So you'll take this turn sort of digging out. You're like, what's going on?
What's
I don't
going
like
on?
this. And I'm like,
Keep it down. Trying to sleep.
Yeah. What did you get?
23.
14.
18.
I would say you all start to sort of orient yourselves on where the sound is coming from. However, Thistle, it is you that sort of turns your head back around towards the beach, and as you do, you see a wagon. It's like a huge sort of wagon, and at the front of the wagon there is a kitty. She's a person / cat. I mean, she's got black fur, long ears, and she's just sort of humming along and singing along to the music. The wagon itself is painted with vibrant sort of colors that seem to be exploding like around these words that are written into the wagon itself.
I'm reacting to this the equivalent of the ice cream truck going through my
Oh
neighborhood.
my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah.
Wagon, kitty, come if you want to. I'm off.
I go.
You get wagon, kitty, come if you want to. Are you going?
That's what wakes me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm exhausted.
You're freaking tired. And
Very
you
tired.
hear like wagon, kitty, go, and then like you see the two of them start bolting off into the forest. Cal eventually like pokes through, and in the most horrific sort of ooh, and like skeleton climbing out of the dirt and starts wandering off this rock. Your friend sort of taps you out.
Okay.
Like as you wake up and things of that sort. And he hands a package to you.
Did you see where this came from?
I did.
Where did it come?
He told me not to say.
We're keeping secrets now?
No. I think it was the child.
The spirit of the child.
He was small. He was wearing a mask. He thought I was you. And then I saw him and he cocked his head to the side and dropped us at his feet. As I walked towards him, he looked over to where you were and put his finger up to his mouth.
Certainly is mischievous like the child.
Tis behind. How have you garnered this attention?
I do not know. I didn't think that. Well, I didn't think that the gods made home visits in the first place. Fate is ever changing, isn't it?
It is. Never is never the same.
Never is never the same.
He sort of looks off at the group that's making their way towards the wagon, and he says, "Before I rest, I would not mind exploring as well."
You're free to come.
Okay. The minute you say that, he relaxes a little bit and makes his way over towards the wagon. Cool. You guys, for those of you heading over, I know it wakes you up, so you're like, "Bing!" Jerry! And Jerry's like,
It's like Thor's hammer. Jerry!
I don't mention Jerry's like your pillow, like as you're like, "Jerry!" And your head rolls back and he flies around. You guys make your way over. Like I said before, this wagon is essentially the ice cream truck. This music is playing, and as you guys start coming up, hey there, Deacon Smith. You see in bright, vibrant letters painted on the side of this wagon, Shadow's Secret Stuff Shop. And as our little panther cat sort of looks over at the side and sees you, she, oh crap.
Use your words. You got this.
No, hey, can you guys walk into the woods and then come back?
I turn around and walk towards the wood.
I was supposed to say something, and I was never the one who said.
You promise you won't go away.
No, I won't go away.
Okay.
And she stops the wagon, and you don't know how it's moving. There's no horse drawing it or anything. The wagon just sort of stops, and she's like, could you guys just like give me like 5 seconds?
Okay.
I'm already halfway back into the.
Okay, Shadow, you can do this. You can do this. Who's the best seller? You're the best seller. And like Shadow will reach under and like take this little hat out. It's a little top hat, and it's got these little like.
Can I please inspire Shadow?
Yeah, you can inspire Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you say to Shadow?
So you doing a little something, a little performance?
Yeah, but you don't have to.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
Okay.
You got this. It's all you.
It's on me. I got it.
Got it.
And then she'll stand up on the top of the wagon, and as she stands up on the top of the wagon, she'll stomp her feet, and the wagon expands. She says, "Ladies and gentlemen, people of Neverland, you have found us. You have searched long and hard for Shadow's Secret Stuff Shop, and yea, you have found it. Welcome, weary travelers, adventurers, lost boys, and never boys too. And welcome all. There is always something for you to find at Shadow's Secret Stuff Shop." And the wagon stops expanding, and there's a one little red sparkle that sort of shoots out.
As soon as I only seen one, I want to cast Prestidigitation and make more sparkles come out.
I think she's like, I don't think it's working. Woo! Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. I'm Shadow, and she will jump off of the top of the wagon, and she says, I'm a traveling salesperson, and I have lots of things to sell. I'm usually not the one who sells things. I'm usually the one in the back testing or creating my own stuff. But I don't kind of know what happened to everybody else. So I am taking over for everybody just until they get back. It's probably like a trip or something. But this is the shop. And sure enough, the wagon has sort of expanded outward, unfolding and unfolding and unfolding, forming this ring in different shelves and different sort of bits that are scattered about. As you look, you see a plethora of items. Lots of ordinary sort of armor, weapons, commonplace things like ropes, swords, bags, things of that sort. However, at the front of the wagon, where the driver's seat was, there is a glass sort of case that encompasses the first half, and you see a plethora of items that seem to be radiating magical energy. She comes over and she goes, This is the collection of items that I've gotten from all the different shops after everyone sort of left town for a little bit. And I know what these do, and they're really great, some of them. I just haven't gone through the whole inventory yet. So, these items are like 50 gold a piece. Some of them are really cool. However, if you want to get something from the trunk, I'm willing to sell you that for like 25 gold because I don't know what they do, and you guys seem really nice. But please, like, take a look around and let me know if I can help with anything. And she's sort of like gets obnoxiously close to you guys. She's like, please help yourselves, and she's like standing like really close to you guys.
I'm gonna
like,
watch my pack and hand her a berry. Because that's how I reward good behavior. She did good, so I give her food.
Oh, thanks. What is it?
Berry.
Yeah, but do you know the makeup of it? I have a blueberry allergy, and I just if it's in the same family.
I go.
No, thank you, ma'am. Oh, you look real sad. No, I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's not poison. You're fine.
I nod and turn the other way.
All right, kids. Anything that you could possibly think of that's listed in the player's handbook is in this.
What?
That
don't even know
is
how I would
in
find
this
that.
little
That's
area.
a lot
So,
of things.
now, here's the deal. When I say anything in the player's handbook, I mean ordinary items. I'm not talking magical items. I'm like, if you're looking for a crossbow, if you're looking for a bag, if you're looking for rope, if you're looking for caltrix, like they're all there, okay? However, there's a bunch of magical items as well. I will share some of them with you right now. You just have to let me know if you're going to look at those items or if you're going to pull something from her trunk of things that she hasn't tested yet. Okay?
What do you think?
I say as I look over towards Indigo today. So, some of the items that we have, we talked a little bit about this. We talked about the pure and powerful perfume. This bottle with an atomizer sprays a different mist that cleans a creature and immediately gives them a distinctive scent. There's a singing sword. While in combat or anytime the owner brandishes the blade, it sings an operatic bravado that rings out well past 300 feet. There's a broom of sweeping. Placed firmly upright, it sweeps, usually puts the dust in a corner, or flicking it under carpet. If grabbed, it stops. This is an interesting one. The hourglass of upward mobility. This hourglass has exactly an hour's worth of sand in it, but it pours against the direction of gravity. So it flows the opposite direction. Also, once per day, the owner will be woken up at whatever they specify the hourglass to wake them up at. So, okay, hourglass, when Slowpoke gets up in the middle of the night, wake me up. When Desbahai does this, when it is time for my watch, wake me up. At the break of dawn exactly, wake me up. When somebody comes into the camp that I don't know, wake me up. like it's stuff like that. So you can specify a time and it will wake you up. A bubble wand. This wand has a loop at the end. You can create 100 bubbles in the air, which obscures and creates disadvantage. Disadvantage for all attacks around you as these bubbles just sort of like immediately appear and
It's
start.
fog cloud with bubble.
Oh my god.
Theme sunglasses, which play your own theme music. A comfy cap. When wearing this, you feel comfortable in any weather condition. You can feel warm while nearly naked in -2 degrees. Like you can be cool when it's 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, yeah. So.
Can I get one of those for real?
Honestly.
You can be comfortable during a hurricane.
What is a catch ball? This ball is sort of like a Pokeball that you can put any item into it and throw it 500 feet, and it will appear in the inventory of somebody that you deem that you choose.
Whoa.
So you basically go like, I'm putting a potion in here. I'm using my action to throw it. It's thistles. Got it.
That's cool.
It's in the ball.
Ooh.
Whatever floats your boat, a ceramic plate that can be attached to anything the size of a ship or smaller that makes it impossible for the thing to sink. It also gives you steering equipment advantage on sailing such a vessel.
There's so much I want.
The wand is social connection. Point this
Never
wand
mind.
at any target within 500 feet, and it allows you to reach out and touch someone. Though this touch is clear, it cannot break concentration, though it could push an object like 5 feet. So think of this not like an attack of like you point this at somebody and the touch can feel like somebody poking them in the shoulder or grabbing their hand or jabbing the ribs or creepy like tickling their feet. Like, yeah. A dragon cloud bottle. Once per day the bottle is opened and a gargantuan dragon-shaped cloud appears in the sky, 100 to 1,000 feet directly above.
That one looks like a dragon.
That's the most cloud-looking cloud I've ever
The
seen.
Vandal's Wand. Up to 5 times a person can paint something 5 by 5 on any surface with oil paints. It regains 1 to 4 charges at midnight. On use of the final charge, with a roll of a 1 on a d20, it explodes paint everywhere.
Oh.
That's awesome.
I like that. There's
So
fun
many.
things there.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna go look at the weapons.
You want to look at some of the weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see normal, everyday sort of items.
Okay.
If you're looking for one in particular. Hi, Icky! Thank you for tuning in. This is your Tabaxi character.
Yes. We love her. I love her.
A breakable bottle. A bottle that slowly reassembles itself 1 to 2 rounds after shattering. Great for party tricks. This seems broken, but I'm gonna allow it anyway because I think you guys can be clever with it.
Oh no.
The findable key. Once attuned, you always know where the key is. Up to 500 feet. The key can stick to anything, but comes off with a solid pull.
Huh.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Okay. You don't see, hi Varian, you don't see a ton of weaponry.
Okay.
Like in terms of magical weaponry, but any of the normal weaponry that you'd be looking for is there. Are you looking for something in particular?
I want to find a knife that I can like skin for like fur and stuff.
Yeah, you're looking for like a tanning
Yes.
set or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, you tell Shadow, and Shadow starts sort of looking around the different areas. She goes through the leatherworking stuff. She's not able to find it. She says that she is able to sell you. She asks you, do you want the whole kit, or do you just want like the knife itself?
Whole kit.
Okay, and you're looking to do some like tanning and leather work and things of that sort. Okay, I could probably sell you the whole kit for like 15 gold. If that's good, but that would be everything that you need to be able to like. And it's a really good kit. Like 15
gold.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. I'm gonna grab someone whoever's closest to me. I'm gonna say it to you. I'm gonna grab you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold out like my pouch and say 15 gold.
15?
15. I can't count.
And then just.
Yeah, she takes 15 gold and she's like, she's so grateful. She hands that to you. And she goes, thank you. Tell you what, you can have a spin on the lottery machine if you like. She sort of points down the end, and over there you see this big machine that says lottery machine, like 1 gold piece to play. And she gives you back one of your gold pieces, and she goes, what you do is you go put your gold piece at the very end, and you have a chance to win the lottery. So here's how this works. There is there is a lottery that builds over time. Okay, I will keep track of it based on how much gold you put into it. But right now the jackpot is 1,000 gold pieces.
I'm gonna go play just because they told me to.
Okay. Yeah, you go put in. Give me a D20, Ollie.
Okay.
Yeah. Jawbreaker.
14.
14. There's a little spinny thing as it goes around, and it gets really close to kind of stopping at the jackpot area. And as it gets close, like it just goes like a little past it. And she goes, here, and she was like, yeah, good try though. Like that was really well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cal immediately walks over. Like immediately walks over to the lottery machine. He's like, cool, let's try it.
How many gold are you putting in?
You can put multiple. We'll put 2 of them in there.
All right, give me a D20.
That's a 6.
The light goes off. Ding 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 ding, and it's like going nuts. And she was like, "Oh my god, it's never done that." Yeah, I guess you won 1,000 gold. Congratulations. That's amazing. Well, unless you would like to multiply that by 10.
He's already won. He's gonna walk. He's already won. He's gonna walk away from it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's good to know when to walk away. If it's never done it before, I'll be its first.
She pulls out the chest with 10,000 gold pieces, and she was like, you actually have a better shot at winning this than you do the other one. But if you don't want to play, that's fine too.
Insight on the better odds.
Yeah, give me insight.
You win 10,000 gold.
Oh god. This is gonna go great. This is gonna go way insight. Hold on. Sorry about that. 13?
She seems completely legit, but she's closing this box. She's like, if you're okay, that's probably the smart thing to do, right? Like, why take the chance?
No, she's trying. Yeah, he's putting another 2 gold in.
Oh no, you don't have to do that. I have a smaller wheel. And she goes over and she gets a smaller wheel out. I need you to roll a D10, please.
Oh, a D10?
Yeah.
Come on, new dice. This is all you. A 7?
Damn. She's like, oh well.
Yeah,
she's
fine.
like, it happens. She took a chance.
Yeah.
And now we put away the lottery machine for the day.
Wait, what?
And she puts it away.
Sorry,
That's
guys.
when Billy realized he almost gave us 1,000 gold.
I was
Why?
thinking 10,000.
I was about to buy something.
Oh no, you can still buy stuff.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't get to play a game.
Well, no, because somebody already won for the day.
But he
I would
didn't
lose
win
gold.
technically.
Give me a persuasion.
So I'm down 2 gold.
You're just down 2 gold.
That's 14.
She goes, well, that's true. I'm sure 1 spin is fine.
Just one? Okay, great. But first, we're going to talk about that bubble wand.
Sure. She's like, oh yeah, this bubble wand is great. I actually, my uncle invented this. He was like real big into bubbles. You just do. It takes a whole move where you just go like this, and then there's bubbles everywhere.
Yeah.
But enemies are gonna have a real hard time seeing you. So what this means is, for an action, you basically wave the one like this. Until the end of your next turn, you are completely obscured in bubbles as long as you don't move.
Okay.
Okay, so especially you being as little as you are, like you're just bubbles everywhere.
So is this essentially fog cloud but with bubbles?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I love that.
Yeah.
How much is it?
It's 50 gold pieces.
Oh. Then I don't get to play the game.
Um,
Darn.
give me another persuasion check.
Oh, that's gonna be 16.
It's 49 today only.
Okay.
And she goes over and she's actually invested now, and she goes, "Man, I'm bad at this selling thing. I should not be this excited about people winning gold." Go ahead and give me a d20.
Is there any way that Cal can like just walk this off a little pot?
That's a 1.
I think you go to do it, and it doesn't even like
It
go all the
doesn't
way
spin.
around. Like, it goes like. She's like, "Well,
These.
I know. It's fine. What are you guys looking at? If you're looking for items in particular, if you're looking for, there's a creepy doll.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Tell me more about this creepy doll.
There's a catnip baggie of shadow cat. This tiny bag filled with what smells like catnip has no apparent opening. Upon attunement, the owner is followed by a shadow cat. It is the shadowy form of a feline about the size of a typical house cat. If exposed to magical light, the shadow is destroyed and will not reappear until midnight that next night. Cat change.
Very wow.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to think of things that. North arrows. If thrown, shot, or otherwise free to move, these arrows go north.
Ooh, I do like that.
As such, these always miss their target, unless the one launching these missiles specifically is aiming for the targets that are exactly north.
I know.
Some sick trick shots though.
Watch this.
There is a stuffed dragon plushie. This stuffy dragon will whisper in your mind how you can do good deeds and such things for the world.
It's cursed.
More like and encourage you to do good things. 3 times per day, you can squeeze it and it'll breathe out its breath weapon. 1 foot range, doing 1 hit point of damage.
Oh
It's a bunch of confetti, isn't it?
That's
That's
all.
I'm going chaos. Like I'm going into the stuff that we don't know what it does.
Yeah.
And I am totally okay with
I'm
with
not-
randomizing that. Like I don't even need to.
What would you like?
I was just gonna go and look at the equipments and see if there's anything that looks like it's of Neverland, like ancient stuff, and also bottles that could have either potions or poisons.
Okay, let's do with that first. You're looking for bottles.
Bottles.
There's no
Bottles.
magic. That has no
Here's all this
magic.
magical stuff, me does my high, but practical. Things
Yeah,
I
like,
need.
The Dragon Cloud bottle is there, and it looks interesting. You're looking for things that have like ancient, like have to do with the history of Neverland.
Either that or just the bottles. I'm looking to see if there's anything.
You find a bottle in it. You find a bottle, and this bottle has doesn't have liquid inside of it. The what inside of it is what looks to be teeth. But it looks to be teeth from an ancient creature. You're not sure what it is. You've never seen a creature that would have like teeth like this before. But this jar, this jar is filled with teeth, and the inscription on the bottle is just Fred. She looks over and she's like, I have no idea what that does.
So it's 20 gold pieces, right?
I don't want anything that she doesn't know about.
The
So-
only she has some
Like in any of the equipment at all, she has. Because I'm not looking for like magical bottles.
you're just looking for like regular bottles?
I'm just looking for
She can
potions
sell
and
you.
poisons.
She can sell you an alchemist kit that has the if you don't have alchemist like proficiency, it's going to be a little harder. But she can sell you an alchemist kit that has the basics to making potions and poisons for 45 gold pieces. And she even says she has a book that she can sell you that can get you started on the path to establishing a proficiency with poisons.
How much would the book be on top of the alchemist?
The book is 10 gold. The alchemist kit is 45. I'm also looking to buy too, or if anybody wants to float you the other 5 gold.
I don't have any.
I'll take both.
Okay, yeah, that's great. She will sell you this really nicely done alchemist kit. With it is a guide to alchemy. It looks like it's written by her, but it's what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to spend 24 hours reading this book. Okay.
Okay.
I need you to tell me during downtime. It's like I'm spending 2 hours tonight reading it. I'm spending 4 hours tonight reading it. It'll take 24 hours to kind of go through it, and it'll give you a leg up when it comes to making potions and things of that sort.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And then with the alchemist kit, I just
Use it
have...
to collect materials. You'll have the basics to make healing potions and generic poisons
Okay.
that you can use to coat arrows and weapons and things of that sort.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sounds good.
All
Okay.
right. Random items.
Random items.
Yes, there's a bunch of them, Indigo.
You don't have to read them all off. If you want, just either I'm happy to roll a d20 on your list, or give me 2 or 3 and I'll pick one. Either way.
I will give you 2 or 3 items as you go over to this chest and start like just digging through and finding weird stuff.
I'm looking over Thistle's shoulder, just watching her go at it.
Okay. Okay. You find a single bottle of pink fizzy liquid.
Okay.
Affixed to the bottle is written in a language you don't understand. There's a white cork in it.
Got it.
Okay? That's the first thing.
Pink fizzy liquid. Got it.
Another thing is a pair of gloves that look like bear paws. It's like gloves that like you put them on. It's like the costume thing, and it's like rah, like you know. Like,
got it.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
Another one is a tin cup with a bent handle, and it's dented on the rim of the cup. And in common on the cup, carved into the cup, it says, "Who dat moose?"
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's a legitimate question.
Who dat moose?
Yeah.
Who dat
moose?
Who dat moose?
Hey, who dat moose?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite game show.
When you know you love your trust, my moose.
Someone's gotta buy that thing.
All right.
Jerry?
There is also, I will say there's one more thing. There is also a crossbow that seems to be made out of, like, water. Like, you don't know how, but the crossbow's made out of, like, a water that just sort of, like...
All right. I'm buying 2 of these items, but I'm opening it to the chat. So whenever 2 items come up, so somebody else can go, but I'm getting 2 of those. Pink fizzy liquid, bear paw gloves, tin cup with bent handle, and crossbow made out of water. I will get the 2 items that the most people respond to.
You heard it. Indigo Quinn is leaving it to you. You are able to vote for whatever items you think she should pick up.
Somebody else can talk.
God.
Yes.
What else is in the box of randomness? Is there anything in there that like just for the sake of fun? What in there are you like? Ooh, this would be neat for like you. Except we can't play it that way. But also, just a little bit. If we can play it a little bit that way.
There's a can that says "Who dat moose?"
There is a parchment.
Mm-hmm.
It's very large. I'm going to pick 3 items.
Yes.
Any of them I think it'll be good for you. A parchment that when you unroll it,
Yeah.
at the very bottom of the parchment, it asks a simple question, what do you see?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that it says on there, okay? The other thing that you find as you dig through this box is a stuffed animal. But it's your stuffed animal. I mean, it's like, it's your bud from childhood. Like, you don't know how and you don't know, remember, but it's your buddy. It's your stuffed animal. The other one is a wig.
I'll take
the wig. The wig has like hair that seems to change color the more you look at it. All three of these items I think would be very good for you.
I think I'll take the parchment and the stuffed animal.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Okay. Sure. The stuffed animal. You take out what was his stuffed animal growing up?
It was a little blue bear named Blueberry.
You have a blueberry, and it's yours. Like it smells like when you used to have blueberry. You put them to your face. Like it's blueberry. Like it's yours. And you just have this. So add this bear to your inventory. You don't know what he does yet. You also have this parchment.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what you were doing with this parchment. I imagine you would just set it out and like take a look at it, right?
Yeah.
Spend a little bit of time. Let's get back to that in a second. Okay.
All right, I'm getting the bear paw gloves and the crossbow.
Got it. Cool. You have this crossbow that is made out of water, and it seems to be sort of flowing in your hands. It's cool to the touch, but it still has form and stuff like that. So yeah, you have both of these items. You also have the gloves, and you put them on, and you got little like claws and stuff like that.
And my heart grew 3 sizes that day.
That is what you have. You can take a shot with the crossbow if you would like.
Of course.
Yeah. What are you aiming at?
I'm going to. Okay. Is there like a tree stump somewhere?
Sure enough, there's a bunch of tree stumps, and like so you're gonna aim for a tree stump.
Tree stump.
Yeah. Far away, close by.
Far away.
Okay. Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
Okay. And what do I add?
Plot tree.
I'm trying
Add
to
your
remember.
dex and your proficiency, if you're proficient with.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so it's 14 to hit.
14. Yeah, I think it looks like it's gonna go wide, but it like the arrow shoots out, and a little arrow of water, and as the arrow of water shoots out of this crossbow, as soon as it hits the tree stump, it takes the form of like a wooden arrow.
Oh, okay. So it's water when it's traveling through the air, but then it's wood when it.
Do you want to take another shot at something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, take another shot.
Okay. I'm gonna take a shot at a rock now.
Okay. Yeah. So give me another attack roll.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, this rock was a little bit further away. I think it's a little smaller of a target, and because it's further away, it ups the DC. And as the arrow leaves it and it goes flying out, it misses the rock. And as it misses the rock, the water begins to sort of like shake in your hand a little bit. And it goes, "You suck! Oh my god! I could have hit that thing! You are the worst shot in the entire history of the world. Do you want to take another crack at that? Because that sucked so bad." Like, are you blind? Are you blind? You're blind.
I'm gonna say, hey, that's very rude.
Boo. I'm not worried that you're gonna hit me with an arrow. Boo.
You're a very rude crossbow. You're a crossbow.
You realize now that anytime you miss with this crossbow, it's going to insult you and your family and everything about you.
Man, I want that so bad.
Damn. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna run around with the gloves on, and I'm gonna try hitting things and scratching things.
Yeah,
and
you try.
all sorts
You
of things.
try running around and you're like scratching stuff, and nothing seems to be having any sort of effect.
Okay.
Shadow does come over and she goes, for a few extra gold pieces, like if you want to, I can sort of like try to figure out like a little bit about it, like, but I just don't have the time to go through the entire box.
Oh, no, I understand. Well, as I've just spent every single coin I have, how about instead, I have some things I could give you, and maybe they might be worth gold.
Oh, yeah. What do you have?
Well, I have, I have a knife, and I don't want to give that up.
She's like, why don't you just hold on to these, and I'm sure you'll find out what they're used for some other time.
Okay.
So she has identifying stuff.
Cool. All right, I say okay, and then I start thinking.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily
Anybody
done.
else doing anything while they're here at the shop? I think, are we spent when it comes to money?
No, I've still got money. You want to go?
Go ahead.
No,
You
thanks.
spend it. Spend away, kids.
As soon as I make my purchase, I'm gonna spend some time with my new book.
How long would you like to spend reading your new book?
How long is it gonna take for everything?
I can peruse. I
think
can talk a little bit. We can.
Des
Okay.
Bahai sort of walks off with a book in her hand.
Uh-huh.
And people are like, do you want to, don't talk to me. I'll just say that you're reading for the foreseeable future. I'll let
Okay.
you know how long that goes.
Cool, 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 cool.
Okay.
That's 4.
So he's gonna look at her like so you can tell what things are.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it takes a little bit out of me, but I'm happy to do that.
He's gonna pull out the socks. Like, can you tell me if these do anything?
Sure. Yeah. And she'll go ahead and cast Identify, and as she's like, do you have a couple of gold to throw at me for doing this?
Yeah, he'll tell. 3.
Yeah, that's
3?
great. And she'll take the gold and she's like, these are cursed.
Oh, good.
You put these if somebody were to put these socks on, they would not be able to take them off except for remove curse, and which is fine, but you would have wet sock feet.
So glad you
Until you're able to
those
cast
on.
Sword for remove curse. So,
This is nightmare fuel.
these are great.
Cool. I'm gonna put those away. And then he's gonna take Shadow and be like, so you say you have your own stuff in here? Like you tinker with some stuff in here? Like you?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm always like when I have a little bit of free time, but now that it's just me, I don't really have time.
So of the stuff that you know what does, what is your favorite item? What being the shopkeep that you are, the extraordinary shopkeep that you are, know your customer. What do I want?
Something that I made.
Yeah.
Out of all the stuff that I made, what is the coolest thing?
What is the coolest thing? Something that relates to me. Something you saw that I played your lottery, so.
Sure. Something that appeals to you. Are you a dice guy?
Am I a dice guy? Of course.
I've been working on this a little bit, and she will reach underneath the counter and she'll pull out like a black case,
Mhm.
and on the dice, it's just a regular sort of those generic D6.
Okay.
Do you want to give it a roll?
Sure. There's a free trial. Do I need to pay?
Yeah, free trial. Try it out.
Okay. A D6.
Yeah.
A 2.
Yeah, you roll the dice and you roll it and you see the numbers going, and as it comes up onto the 2, there's no 2 there. It's an arrow pointing ahead.
Okay.
She's like, give it another roll.
A 2 again.
It says the word no.
So what does it do? What's it trying to do?
I don't know. I think I'm tapping into some weird connection with something. Yeah, because it's not just numbers. Like numbers do pop up, but it's never like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Sometimes it's arrows. Sometimes it's the answer to a question.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's a picture of something. Like
Okay.
Ask it a question. I haven't watched
Should-
it. So.
How much for these? How much for the dice?
the dice flash the number 50.
Should the dice be at a lower price?
No.
Had to try. I'll give you 5 more gold. Can I do one more spin on it?
On the lottery wheel?
No. Yeah.
No.
No?
Oh God, you won. No, God, no,
No. No. For the 5 gold, just do one more spin before I buy.
Sure, yeah.
I think she's getting you free.
I mean, I've already rolled it twice, so.
That was a drainer, not good.
Yeah. So.
Last question.
Last question. Will I figure out what happened to me sometime soon? That's a 6.
You see a gravestone.
Figured.
Pop up on the dice.
Okay.
But there's really tiny print written on the gravestone.
Okay.
You want to try to see if you can see what it says?
I'm gonna give her the 50 gold, and then I'm gonna look at it.
Okay, as you pick up the dice to see what it says, the lettering disappears.
Well, that's a tease, but And I hold it away from it as it go back.
You have fate dice.
Oh.
It's 1d6. It is connected to some sort of old being. Yeah. So, yeah, you have fate dice.
I have the magic 8-ball of never.
All right, guys. I think we're good when it comes to that pack. Is everybody
I'm
tapped
broke.
on gold?
I'm gonna make one more attempt with her, but we'll see. I don't know if this will work. I'm gonna say, listen, I gave you 25 gold for a crossbow that yells at me, and I already have a crossbow that doesn't yell at me.
Sure.
So,
Oh, do you?
so I was wondering if you could just maybe give me a hint as to what the bear paws might do.
Give me persuasion.
Okay. 13.
She looks at you and she says, maybe you should try using them at a different time.
Okay.
Yes.
Like
I
when you need
have-
to high five a bear.
I have 2 things that I would like to sell you.
She perks up.
Okay, I have a blowgun that I've never used before.
Okay.
And then I also have fine clothes that I've also never used before.
Okay.
So there's 25 gold.
They're
It's 25 gold.
You want to trade these 2 items for something out of the box?
Why not?
She looks over at the fine clothing and she's like, it's for a very specific customer. That
Oh.
is like.
Oh, hold on. I don't remember what we talked about.
You can cast it enlarge upon it if you wanted to.
Right, but that's it. That's all I get to do. I don't get to use any of that anymore.
Like
right?
today.
Yeah, okay.
She goes, yes, absolutely. These are absolutely wonderful. You can pull something from the box if you would like.
Okay.
Cool. Dude, what do you want? Small, oof. A mask that looks like a crow, a stuffed skunk, a wig, a little jar with little, there is a little figurine of a guy with like a long beard and blonde hair, and a small wooden box with some silver markings on the surface. A tattoo kit.
Let's do the box
A box.
with silver markings.
Okay.
I mean, it's either that or the moose cup.
Oh, come on.
This is Jaden telling you.
You can get
I'm gonna ask the group. Should I get a box or this weird cup?
Who that moose?
Moose?
Moose.
Okay, I want the moose cup! Moose.
Okay. You purchase
From a distance.
the moose cup.
Moose.
You have a moose cup.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that it?
I mean, you have a moose cup.
Shadow.
Yes.
What does this thing do?
Oh, I have no idea.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably try drinking something from it if you wanted.
Is there... I don't have anything. I don't have any...
I have water, skin, water.
Yeah.
Am I... Wait, hold on. Am I gonna turn into a moose?
I think as she pours a little bit of water into the cup, we're gonna take our brief and we're gonna figure out what this thing is that's on the spot and all of that stuff. So we're gonna take a quick intermission and we'll be right back. So see you guys in just a second. I know.
It happened so suddenly.
We are back. It happened very suddenly, but we're going to try to get things situated up in here. When last we left this group of heroes, they were finishing up shopping at the new store, the sort of traveling store, with Shadow's secret stuff shop. And when anybody else, I think we mentioned at the break that you were looking. She's got a collection of pets.
He's got a they've got a collection of pets. He goes, I've got something. I got a couple things to trade.
Sure.
And he's gonna pull out the tokens he got from Dole.
The token.
He's got 64 of them.
Sure.
He goes, they're a gold each. So.
Persuasion check.
Okay, if there's one thing I'm good at. Nat 20.
Yeah, she's like, okay. They're a gold each.
Yeah, that's what we paid to get them.
Who's on the front of the coin?
And he flips one over. It's a guy named Dole. Nice guy. Really like him. Tall, upstanding gentleman.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah.
He also said something about if you give this coin to somebody and they say your name, get like a 10 gold finder's fee. So it's a little more back to the company. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like I'm taking a risk here because I don't know if you made these, but if you want to give me the bag, what are you looking to trade for?
60. Come on, 64 tokens for 15 for. I want one of those little familiars over there, or one of those little pets over there.
The emancipated familiars.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a collection of sort of familiars that are wandering around.
I like the bat.
I perk up at the word pet.
It's cats, rats, owls, bats. It's things like that. All animals that can be done using the find familiar spell, but they're all sort of just kind of hanging out and things of that sort. She's like, which one are you looking for?
I like the bat.
Bart.
Bart the bat?
Bart the bat. Yeah. Barty is really cool. And she kind of goes over and grabs Bart the bat, and she puts her hand up, and hello, Cosmic Demon Wolf. Cool name. And she brings Bart over. Now Bart is his own person, so I can't guarantee you that he's going to take to you. So it's always a risk. I mean, when you're doing, it was a familiar of a wizard or a magic user at some point, but that wizard left, or they may have passed on during the tire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you to see if you can make friends with him.
Okay. So how much is Bart?
Oh gosh, 10 gold.
10 gold.
Probably.
So if we do the tokens, we'll do 20. Since you're taking a risk, I'll double it.
Sure. Yeah. She'll take the tokens from you.
So I'll do 20 tokens, and we'll take Bart the bat.
Yeah.
Cool.
You are in possession of Bart the bat.
What other animals are there?
Any animal that you can think of in terms of find familiar: rats, birds.
I'm reading it right now.
Cats.
While she's looking, are there any actual animals around in the area?
Like just around the area?
Yep.
Give me a perception check. Oh god.
Sorry. Oh, that's it. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's gonna be 9.
9?
Yeah.
There's a lot of commotion that's been kicked up between Thistle shooting arrows and the arrows insulting her and stuff like that. Anything that was naturally in the area. You see slower poke.
All right, then. I am going to let Jerry drink from my cup.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh jeez, Jerry.
Jerry has a little bit of water from your cup.
Okay. Do I want? And
he starts buzzing, and lands on the rim of the cup.
and nothing else.
No.
It's like an actual animal, like a ghost.
No, it's an animal. It's an animal.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
I want the weasel.
You want a weasel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you find an emancipated weasel that's over there as well, and he's sort of chittering around and sort of looking around.
I'm gonna get down on my knees and offer him food. I want him to like me before I get him.
So here's the deal: you get down on your knees and you offer the weasel food, and I think every animal within that small pen, cat, dog, all of them.
I'll take all of them.
Oh my god, that's not how it works. But she's like, yeah, if you want to, Ozzy would love to go to a good home.
I'm gonna
His
take
name's
Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Wait, how much are they?
10 gold.
Colony 10 gold.
Give me both of you. Give me animal handling checks as you try to endear yourself to your
Can
bat.
I argue that I can have this at advantage?
You can argue that. Yes.
Thank you.
I can't part a bad. That's not bad.
It's animal handling?
Yep.
Cool.
13.
Where am I?
It's tricky. Bart is kind of. He's flying close to you, but he's not. You're not best buds yet.
Yeah, that's
you know
fair.
what I mean. As you sort of get close and stuff like that, he's sticking kind of close by you.
18.
18. Ozzy, on the other hand, is just like he climbs up on your shoulder, and then like at one point he just sort of looks at you, and you look at him, and he looks at you, and then he just kind of like crawls into your hair and disappears. Like you got enough of it at this point that he's just like, cool, we're doing this.
Nice.
And you're just very happy. Like he said, and occasionally like you'll be just like sitting and talking to somebody, and Ozzy will stick his head out, and you'll just pat it, and he'll just climb back into your hair again.
Perfect. Adding weasel to my inventory.
Hey man, I'm cool with the bat.
I'm gonna say you get 4 hours of solid reading. Yeah, so 4. Take 24 and minus 4 of you just being like at one point you'll look up. And
I'm
you're like,
broke.
Are we done here? Can we go?
And they're like, we're still looking.
I got a bat. Like, that's
There is a
cool.
companion tab. Thank you. Yeah, on D&D Beyond, you can add these creatures into there. You can add Barty and Ozzy. And things. You can even add your Jerry. You can add Jerry onto there.
Where is
Under the companion tab of D&D Beyond, you can add an animal onto there at the very end. I'll show you guys afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side
I'm
note,
not
I'm
good.
working on a one-shot called Never Pets.
They have to fight something stupid. A squirrel.
It's an idea.
Look how Jean's coming through.
Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Not a single
So,
soul.
Adler, Slowpoke.
Yeah.
You go over to a small area where you're somewhat separated from the rest of the group. It is under extras. It says Icky. Thank you, Icky. You go over to a small area and you unfurl this photo.
There it is.
And it's this like parchment. It's almost like a large like poster, almost smaller than the tapestry behind you, Garrison, with the castle on it.
Mm-hmm.
But below it, in small black letters, are the words, "What do you see?" So, what memory does Slowpoke see?
Oh. Could it be like his like the day he ended up in Neverland the first time?
Yeah. So tell me about what happens as this poster unfurls and drawings start appearing on the paper, and so they're more and more realistic of you showing up into Neverland for the first time. And you being surrounded by a group of boys, and all surrounded by sort of fairies and things like that. You were very young at the time. You're holding this poster up and seeing this scene play out in front of you, and you want nothing more in the world than to be able to just be there.
Right.
So what do you do as you hold this poster out?
So I want to be there.
I don't know.
Is what
You're holding this poster out.
can I holding onto one end, I just put my hand on it.
Cool. As you do, you are instantly transported inside that memory. You have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds total. So as you touch this memory, as you touch this parchment, you are instantly sort of projected forward. And if anybody's around at the time, and it's just happened to be like paying attention, there is a as Slowpoke gets like pulled into this parchment, and the parchment just stays unfolded. Hey, what's your name, kid?
Slow. I'm really slow at thinking sometimes.
I like you. You're gonna be Slowpoke now.
What?
You're one of us. We're your new family.
Okay. Who are you?
We're the Lost Boys. And me? I'm Peter Pan.
That makes sense. I am lost.
Not anymore.
So we're the Found Boys? Poof.
Poof, you're out, and the parchment.
Touch it again. Okay.
Once a day, you are able to relive a memory, have it unfolded before you. You get 10 seconds. Once that memory is up and loaded in, to experience it, sight, sound, feeling. You can even go back and change things. You get 10 seconds, which is just enough time to say like a couple of things, a couple of sentences. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. All right. You all have your magical items. You all have the thing. You've got a couple of pets and things of that sort. Shadow is ecstatic. This is the first sale that I've made, and so I'm really appreciative of you all. As you're traveling about, be sure to tell people that like I'm here, and if I see you guys again, I'll be sure to stop.
Absolutely, we'll send people your way all the time. So,
Yeah.
do we, like, say we send people your way. You know us, I'm sure you'll help us out next time, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it makes just for good business, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you guys ever find anything and you need some help, like figuring out what it is, like it's kind of a specialty of mine. So
Cool.
Cool. She will pack up shop. The truck begins to sort of pack up in itself and fold up, and as it does, she goes and sits on the seat as the wagon begins to sort of head off into the forest. So you are wrapped up in your book. I think as people walk back, they're actually escorting you back. Like they're doing the making sure you don't run into trees and things of that sort as you go about. Heroes, you have a bit of time. Like I said before, you can explore different areas. You can look and find different areas of people that were trapped or were somewhat hurting. Before, I know that the idea of other rescue missions was brought up. You can just go exploring Neverland if you wanted to.
I completely forgot to bring up to you what I was confided in by Respite. He was brought along by this group of pirates, and he remembers encountering one as he was held hostage that was tall, with gray eyes, and seemed to drain all the energy, all the happiness and the joy from him. And he looked at Respite and he said, "Not this one.
But this
Not this
pirates
one."
would piratey anything.
Give me a religion check at disadvantage because this is not your wheelhouse whatsoever.
It's not, but
But I would say as you are sort of trying to figure out your situation, give you religion at disadvantage.
Not this one. Not this one.
one was good, one was bad.
Not this one. That means
10.
Yeah, you're harkening back. It might be like a legend. Gray eyes is weird. You do realize that the situation that you guys discovered you in is weird. Like they
Yeah.
were holding you in particular.
Oh.
Like they threw you in the cell to do something to these guys.
Yeah.
You weren't necessarily a prisoner.
Yeah.
Like you were a means to an end.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a weird situation.
Do I know anything about pirates? Like, besides just seeing them around, or like seeing them.
I give you the same religion check at disadvantage.
Would Slowpoke, like, he's interacted with some pirates too, so to some degree he would have some knowledge of some of them.
Yeah. Give me your
anything are most
religion
recent.
at disadvantage, or history at disadvantage. You can just do a straight up history check.
History check.
That is 11.
11. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you hear stories about these different pirates and things of that sort. But nothing of this description. Tall man with gray eyes.
It's 11.
11.
14.
We try real hard.
You do try real hard. How about this? How about this with a 14, since that seems to be the highest number. That's
Where's our
been rolled.
cleric?
You're sitting and you're thinking. You're trying to figure out, like, I don't know, pirates and gray eyes. There is a sickness that can hit. That you've been out at sea too long, and you start to lose. Like, they say, oh, you got a weird color. cabin fever. Like, not like full Muppets. Cabin fever too. Like, when somebody says, "Hey, you look like pale," or "Your color's wrong," or things of that sort, kind of like scurvy.
Sure.
People start to lose color. The gray eyes, something about that sparks your thing. It's almost like somebody's losing the color in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It seems you've never heard of somebody losing the color in their eyes, but you imagine it could be related to the sickness.
Right.
Could be related to a specific sickness
Mm-hmm.
that's just walking around and looking for someone.
Should we fight more pirates?
If anything, it could get us closer to the answer of why we were all locked up and where all of our family has gone and what all is about to happen to our island.
Pirates locked you up.
Pirates locked
me.
all of us up.
Well,
They put me in there.
I didn't quite get locked up. I was on the way to get locked up. Didn't quite make it in.
Weren't
we should
you
fight pirates.
Special?
Well,
Wasn't there a thing about you that they were holding on to that was special somehow?
Was there? It was so long ago. A few days maybe. I don't know.
You now that she brings it up, you were brought here.
Right.
Everybody else was
Found here.
in Neverland.
Yeah, I was plucked out of where I was. The problem with Neverland to the mainland is things sort of get fuzzy between them. I remember that I was there. I remember that I used to be here, and I remember being here now. But the transitions between, it's hard for me to understand, comprehend. Neverland messes with your mind in that way. But I know yes, I do believe I was brought here. I definitely didn't start here.
Do you think that this man, whoever they're looking for, has some connection to you?
You think they're looking for me?
I'm not saying they're looking for you. I'm saying they're looking for someone connected to you.
Icky does bring up the fact that you had a calculator of all things in your back pocket.
Well, yes, of course, I did.
We're looking for the calculator.
So tell
The
me
number
this.
machine.
Yeah.
As they start talking to you and bringing this up, what was he doing?
He was leaving his office.
What was his job?
He worked like. Funnily enough, it was kind of a corporate office for like a chain of history museums. Some of them pirate, like. He always had an interest in like things of that nature, like peripherally.
So did he deal with artifacts at this museum?
He was more paperwork sided, but the paperwork of the artifacts, so he would have knowledge of them. He was around them.
So you left with your briefcase?
Of course I left my briefcase.
Did you come here with your briefcase?
Yes.
Do you have your briefcase on?
No, I don't have my briefcase on me. Who am I talking to right now?
You were speaking to yourself as Adler begins to have this sort of
Yes.
this conversation. What are you talking
What's
about?
a briefcase?
It's like a case shorter in time.
What's a
I think I kind of know. I mean, I definitely know where you're going, but I think I might need to take a roll for it in game to kind of.
Yeah, give me a roll.
Okay.
What's a briefcase?
Give me a D20 and add your intelligence.
You're
modifier
asking your
to this
fortune
one.
dice what a briefcase is. It just shows up a question mark.
Right.
Me too, man. We knew.
14.
Okay. Yeah, you did have your briefcase.
Yes, of course, I did have my briefcase, and
And then they took your briefcase?
yes, they took my briefcase. I don't remember what was in it. I don't believe it was some artifact, something I had to document it, get the paperwork done for it, dates, years, historical significance, make sure everything was up to date, preserved correctly, but
We should go find this briefcase.
usually it's of nothing of note. An old steering wheel piece, a skull, A coin.
With the many mysteries that I have encountered on this island, there are few things that are hardly of note. Everything can be important. Who knows, we might have found the tracks that we can follow this towards.
Even still, we don't know. I mean, I suppose the pirate who took us originally would have it. But if the pirates are looking for something and we're assuming that it's connected.
Well, the pirates who took us were in coalition with the pirates that were the other pirates.
Are we sure?
They did seem kind of terrified of him.
Perception check, everybody.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Tell me if you get above a 15.
I got 15 on the dice.
17, 14.
You guys are paying attention to the three of you sort of look up as he's talking and he's sort of regaling this information. Something's weird about the landscape all of a sudden. Like he's talking about this briefcase and he's talking about the things in the briefcase, and it's the three of you who notice first, and it's not too long after before you guys look up and there's clouds moving in. Like it's like storms are coming.
Happy thought. Happy thought.
Storms.
Yeah, it's. We gotta go, guys. We can't just sit here if these
Let's
storms
go
are
to
rolling
the
in.
treehouse.
Shelter.
Could be thunder.
Could be cannon fire.
Not too far away from you guys. A little ways down the shore.
Can I roll perception and listen in on it and see if it's cannon fire?
Sure.
Yeah, me too. Could I write off the nat 20 that I got to see if I got any more?
How about
of them?
this? With the nat 20, I do want to give a little something extra. As you are sort of paying attention to look for the cannonballs and stuff like that, you're hearing the, but there's no flash of light.
Yeah.
That's 14.
14. Yeah, I mean you sort of pinpoint it. Like it's kind of it's off in the direction of there's a little like a grouping of trees and stuff like that, and this sort of sloped hill that goes downward. It's gonna be difficult, but you guys could slide down this little hill down over here.
We're looking for pirates. Possible rescue. Ain't
Could be
nothing
dangerous,
else.
but I believe it's our only lead at the moment. I'd hate to see it slip away.
It starts pouring rain.
Well, let's go.
I'd also like to point out I still don't really fully know what happened. So somebody should probably fill me in.
Yeah, as you guys are traveling,
Yeah.
Now begins to be filled in about them forming a rescue mission and going and trying to rescue the people that everybody was sort of captured at the initial part, and you guys are talking to her as you make your way down.
Can
the
bees
slope.
fly in rain?
Can bees fly in rain? This bee can.
Okay, cool. I got worried for a second.
So we're heading back to the treehouse.
You're not.
heading
You're
toward
heading, you're
Cannon.
heading
Toward
almost
Cannon.
directly opposed, away from
Right.
the treehouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're traveling in stealth, hopefully, so that we're not.
We have to go down. We
seen.
have to go down this slide
Slide.
Give me
first.
stealth checks.
Can I use fade invisibility?
Yeah. You're gonna go invisible. So right now you just see a little bee sort of floating there. And everybody else give me stealth checks. It's difficult terrain, so you're going about this a little hard, and as the water, the rain sort of picks up a little bit, it sides a little.
He's gonna use his rapier, just kind of like give him a little foothold to see if it help him up a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I'm not into this.
I got a 6, but could I also don on my the skin that I took from the monster, the invisible skin?
It's still
The
viscera.
skin?
It's still.
Okay.
There's still blood and guts on this thing. You're gonna need to dry it. You're gonna need to
I
like.
thought I did that.
To,
Okay.
to tan
I must
it.
have forgotten.
We have it in our bag and stuff like that, but if you
Mhm.
want to take a little bit of time and just say, let's say that it'll take a few days to sort of dry it out, and I'll have
Yeah.
you do a sort of tanning leather working, because
Okay.
she has that equipment, you can make it an advantage.
Okay,
I
I
will-
don't want to do it now though,
Yeah.
since we're obviously
Yeah.
doing something. So I'll just do that when we
Mark it
settle
down. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So does that rapier in the slide get me anything?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes things a little bit easier for you. I'm not gonna have you like worry about making any sort of like
Throws of.
trying to protect yourself and things of that sort. Stealth check was a 6.
17.
17.
Stealth check 18.
Yeah. Stealth check 18.
7.
7.
Do I need to roll one?
Or for my
at
feet?
visibility. Yeah, you're at advantage. I mean,
Oh, okay.
you're still need to make a stealth check. But they can't see you.
So that's gonna be a 17.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
And how many did you get? I'm sorry.
7.
7. Okay. This will you.
Oh, it was a 23.
23.
Stealth.
Yeah. You guys are somewhat sneaky as you make your way down. The blasts are getting louder and louder as you make your way down the small sort of incline and things of that sort. As you do and sort of crest over to this rocky cliff that overlooks the water, you see 2 ships that are locked in battle with one another. The rain is picking out, so it's hard to see. One of the ships is the red ship that you saw when you first escaped your prison.
Which one was that?
That sent a small boat over to where you guys were. Large warship. This thing is decked to the nines. Very opulent in stature. Like it's huge, and it seems to be firing on a much smaller ship off to the side. And but the ship is holding its own. You don't know how. As the cannonballs get close to it, everybody is sort of like looking around and seeing if these cannons like fire hit the ship, and the other ship's returning fire, and the sea battle is taking place in front of you.
Is there anything we can gather from the other ship? Like, do we see any sort of flag on it? Any?
Give me perception or investigation. Your choice as you start looking around and trying to scope out what this other ship has.
Can I try having this be a deja vu moment?
Yeah, you can definitely try to have this be a deja vu moment.
What did you say?
It's a 5.
It's a deja vu moment.
Yeah.
What did you say to add? I'm sorry.
Perception or investigation. Your choice.
That 20.
Nat 20.
17.
Do you say investigation or which one?
Investigation.
Investigation or perception.
Which one's better?
Nat 20 as well.
17.
17.
You said 21.
21. Nat 20. 17.
12.
You guys built this ship.
I like 10.
10. Okay.
It's my ship.
This ship has an odd symbol on it. It's got a compass, okay? It doesn't have a pirate flag at the top. It's got a compass, but the compass has, like, normally it's north, south, east, and west. This compass is floating off of the flag.
It's off the flag.
It's not a physical compass. It's like a magical sort of illusion that seems to be floating illusory off the flag itself. And now that you see this, you're able to see that the cannonballs are not hitting the ship and then falling off. They're getting close to the ship, like within a few inches, stopping and then falling into the water.
Would we recognize that symbol?
This symbol is not a symbol anyone here has ever seen in their time. But this ship is, they're basically locked in this battle.
Seeing what he saw, that the one ship is firing on the other, the smaller ship that has the compass on it, it's returning fire. Is it doing damage to the red ship?
It is, but
it's not doing much, but it's doing.
It's a kid with a BB gun shooting at a car. Like it's like you're seeing these slight dings and things like this, but this massive ship, it's not really registering like what's happening.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. I doubt we can go down there and be of any help at the moment. Can we? What do we do here?
What ship is bad ship?
Well, the big red ship's the bad one.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Well,
I don't know.
we know for sure that one's bad. We just don't know if that one is also bad.
Do we really want to spin the wheel and you? I don't. Let's go the other way. Let's go that way. Back that way.
But
That
can we
seems
really
safe.
leave if these people are
Safe, but
enemies of our enemies?
might not.
And they seem to be doing, if not damage, they seem to be at least protecting their own. I don't know. I don't know what the right play is.
To have something that big, and again something that small, and something that small holding up, there's something sideways. I don't really like. I mean,
I'm not quite. Do we even believe this one can hold on forever? Perhaps we wait here, and if things go south, we.
in the rain.
Perhaps we can help with some sort of rescue mission after.
You are getting soaked. I want to say that's just because it starts to get a little emotionally draining as you're all like sort of in the rain at this point. You're talking, but you're still invisible. Like whereas in like you're just not. You
have to consider both of these pirate ships want something from the other.
Right, or one's just trying to defend itself. We saw this ship, even though yes, we were on the other one. We saw the ship attack another ship.
That another person can still want from.
Well, they just want to get out.
So what does the
red
ship want? Perhaps if we find out the circumstances.
The red ship is bad. We know this. Whatever they want, it cannot be good.
He's gonna pull out the fake die. He's like, and he looks at the two ships. He goes, help me out here. The compass ship, yay, nay. And it's a 6.
You see a book. Like a book on the dice, as small as you can see it make out. You see a book. You go like that ship. What are we thinking about that ship? And it's a book, and then another book falls on that book, and then another book falls on that book, and another book falls on that book.
It's a bunch of books.
That doesn't mean a thing.
But I assume if it was bad, we would have saw something a little more grim than that.
Here's the thing. Book falling on another book. What if I was right in between those books? Dead!
Just saying.
It's a good point.
Yeah. That is a good
Honestly, anybody between two books, it's going to be a bad day.
point.
Help, not help.
I say we give it a
What color
swing.
should we trust more?
I don't like the red ship,
We know the red ship's bad.
so it's 50-50. At least we're not.
But do we really walk away from what might be our only clue? I mean, I know we're probably not be able.
We've seen the multitude of ships that visit this island.
We've seen 2.
We saw a
We saw one
caravan of ships.
That's true.
That's true. No, we saw Waterworld. My bad. I forgot about that.
The compass on the flag starts spinning. Like, really spinning.
I have a feeling we gotta do something quick because that's.
I say we watch. Let's just watch and see what happens.
That's what I said.
Can we get out of the rain?
The,
That'd be great.
the cannon fire begins to abate as the ports on the ship close and that compass begins to spin. The people from the red ship immediately start taking ladders or taking ropes and seeing if they can attach to this other ship as this as this compass starts spinning, and some of the other crew begins to jump off and try to make it onto this ship, and there's a boom, 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 and then from the shore there is a scream as this ship boom, 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 and just disappears.
All right. Well, it eliminates the one ship. I ain't going on that one.
The red ship is there. The people that had swung across and had put ladders across instantly fall into the water. The ship is gone. The one with the compass is gone. And a small form at the bottom of the cliff face with its arms outstretched, like that seemed to have screamed right before that ship disappeared. Just head into the sand.
Wait,
arms
where is
down.
this person?
This person is directly below the cliff face. They like as you look
Below
down,
us?
they're right below you guys. Hands directed. Everybody's staring at the ship. The hands were up. They screamed something. The ship disappeared.
Like, can we get them or?
You'd have to navigate below the cliff face unless somebody could fly.
Levitate?
Could do that.
All right.
Do we want to go and try and save this person? I don't know. And
Yeah.
figure out who this person
I
is?
will. I have rope.
You do have rope. So here's what happens. as she goes, do we want to go try to do this? This figure is face down in the sand, their arms still outstretched as if they were casting. There are men off the shoreline that were on that other ship that had swung over from the other, and they're sort of floating in the water now.
Oh God.
They're not dead, but
Okay.
they're floating in the water.
From that ship or from the red ship?
ship.
I don't care about the red ship people. I'm
Well,
going to take the rope. I'm gonna like throw it over. I'm gonna climb down, get him.
You're tying it to yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
We're looking for a clue. We eliminated one option. We got another. We're not going on the red ship, so might as well go on the person down there.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Clip ties the rope to herself. She says, "Let's go."
Cool. Jumping down. Going down the rope.
You flying?
I was asking Slowpoke, but I
Yeah.
didn't get a response, so
Slowpoke.
I was waiting.
Well, I mean, I was going to go down there and use levitate to get both of us up. But if someone's already going down there, if you can carry her, then I'll just wait.
You're gonna wait here.
Sure.
You're waiting here. You're waiting here. Slowpoke says, "I'm not going."
Yep.
You're staying?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you climb down?
Yeah, you said you did.
Yeah. He
Ow.
wants.
This is great. This person's gonna be the skeleton's gonna stand over him and be like, "Hey, are you okay?" Oh God, no.
Don't worry. You can't be any worse than I am. We're good. Let's go.
Cal, you slide down the rope. Give me a strength check, please.
Oh, God.
As you are holding Cal's
Can I
weight.
raise?
I would like to say that I'm pretty thin. I'm just
Let me go
bones.
strength saving throw, please. That's going to be a little bit higher for you. It's a D20.
Okay.
Roll a strength saving throw. It's not going to be a high DC because he is a skeleton.
Oh, jeez.
11.
It's okay. You
Okay.
needed a 10.
Okay.
And you feel a little tug as Clip goes, like, and you. She lowers you down. She lowers you down. She lowers you down, and pretty soon, after a while, you're
Cool.
at the beach. It's a quick jaunt over, and you see this form sort of in the sand, face down.
He's gonna he's gonna grab the arms and kind of bring him over to the cliffside before like trying to wake him up. So if Cal has to get out, he can just grab the rope and go back up.
You flip the face over. As you flip the body over, half of the face is this sort of angelic-looking boy.
Okay.
Okay, it's a very young face, brown hair. The other half of the face is completely burned from this side on.
Over.
Like this side on, down the body, the arm itself. You don't know if it's fresh, but this side of the face almost split right down the middle.
Does it smell fresh?
It smells like
It's raining right now, so
And
so
you
that's
are a
gonna be.
skeleton.
Doesn't make it smell.
I mean,
We never talked about that. Give me a medicine check.
Thanks.
Give me a medicine check. No, she's. I mean.
No, it's no.
Roll
He
It's
has a
increases.
point.
You don't have to
medicine.
breathe.
11.
11. Yeah, they're not responding, Cal. Like whoever they are, they're not responding.
But not responding.
Like they're unconscious or they're in a bad way.
Can I then?
Did you use strength as a dump stat?
No. But what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna healing word the guy. See if that doesn't bring him out.
Roll for healing.
7.
Yeah. You heal for 7 points, and as you do, some of those burns begin to fix a little bit, especially around the sort of like the eyes and the face. He still looks bad off. But as these burns start to heal around the face, this kid looks familiar. Like this kid looks way familiar. Where have you seen this kid before? Like the burns are still there, but you've seen this kid before.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Was he one of the Suavies? Was he one of the
You don't know. The burns are still there, and it's kind of obscuring that part of his face.
Okay.
He's young.
He's young. Young isn't like young isn't kid or young is like young adult.
Young as in kid.
Young isn't kid. Okay. I'm just gonna bring him back to the rope and just do the best I can to get him. Like just bring him up.
As you tie the rope around him and cinch, you look off into the water, and just as you're looking off into the water, those guys that had jumped on the ship and then fell are starting to climb their way onto the beach. I'd say there's about 5 of them.
Quick.
So you guys watch as Cal gives a little tug. He's like, gentlemen, like,
Hi, guys.
as 5 of them climb out of the water. So this is gonna be tricky. He's tied to the rope, and he's against a cliff face.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna pull him up fast as you can, he's gonna bump against the cliff face a little bit. But if you want to go gentle with this and go a little slower, you can manage to make sure he comes up.
I'm gonna. And I see these 5 guys coming up.
Everybody sees these 5 guys.
Oh,
They're great
so do we, like-
Do it fast and we can heal him after.
Fast.
Yep.
Get him up.
Give me another strength saving throw as you just go to you yeet him up like you.
Oh.
10.
10. He's lighter than Cal, and he bounces against the walls a little bit. And there's a great as he sort of pulls up. As you pull up the rope, you pull up the rope, you pull up the rope.
Yeah.
And as you pull up the rope, he's brought and sort of like up
Cool.
at the top.
On time, how long is that jump? Like if I jump down, how far down is it?
Oh my God, it's 60 feet.
That would hurt.
It would hurt.
No, I say we
You
just
could also just
go.
start untying the rope and like throw the rope. Like it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Cal.
I can. Oh God, I can try to talk my way out.
5 gentlemen sort of walking up, and one sort of takes the lead with the other 5. They're all wearing the same outfit that you all saw on the dinghy before.
Okay.
Red jacket over like a white shirt, black pants. You don't recognize any of these individuals. The 4 behind the head of the group pull swords out.
Can from top of the cliff, looking down, can I like just point my arrows down, like an arrow down?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm gonna.
You're readying an action. You're
Yeah.
readying a shot.
Who's?
Yeah.
Does my head look strong at all?
Hang on. What are you doing?
You remember that fairy fire you gave me episode
Yes.
1?
Yeah.
I'd like to use that.
Okay. Are you flying down to do this?
No.
You're just throwing it from 60 feet up and hoping that it hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Can I
okay.
talk to him first?
Yeah. So
They
arrow
have swords.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
arrow pointed.
You have
No.
no faith.
Arrow pointed.
I don't.
I'm giving everybody like a little surprise round right now. Dennis is just sort of poised at the edge of the cliff face.
I want to
gonna
get
head
down.
over. You're gonna get down.
I want to.
Wait.
I was thinking if you can hold the rope and I can. go
Before
over
I do
and get
fairy
down.
fire?
You're gonna be much heavier than I would.
I know.
And I'm
You are
probably
7
better
feet.
on
I
the
know.
ground. So if anything, we can have a nonverbal like I go down.
Yeah.
I can go down and fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could I
okay.
climb down these rocks? If I can I try to climb down it?
It's going to be a much slower process.
Never mind, I'm not doing it. Because they're going in front of me.
No.
No.
Everybody's going simultaneously. You're throwing this. He's prepping the arrow. I just want to get an idea of what everybody's
Right,
doing.
but I just thought that meant they would get in front of where I
No.
was
Right now,
casting it
all
out.
we're doing
No,
is
you're-
like
you
looking
can-
at
They're
each
still
other.
against
like,
the
oh,
opposite
awkward.
matter.
No,
Here's
I
the
can
thing.
go.
Yeah. I'll hold the rope so you can get down. I'm gonna start climbing down.
Yeah.
As fast as possible. If I take bumps along the way,
Okay.
that's fine. But I
So
can get
as
down.
you take this little like dose and throw, and you've got the arrow prepped, and she is lowering you down first, and then as soon as you get down, she's going to climb down. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
I'm casting Shield of Faith on myself and watching.
I'm gonna
before
rage
climb
before
down.
I do that, though.
Okay.
Rage before you let me down.
Yeah, so I can make sure you get down safely.
Realize that if you don't take an attack, or hit someone, that rage fades. So you can do this, and it'll help like lower her down quick.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, you kind of slap yourself. You kind of go, "Ugh, God," and you do that, and just to set this up,
Yeah.
you give me a ranged attack roll, almost like you're shooting your bow and arrow as you're aiming. Which one of these guys are you aiming for?
How, like... Oh, okay. I guess I didn't understand. Because I thought it was just a group, from what I understood.
It can be.
Right.
Okay, I
But
want
are
to
they too
establish
far?
that. With this pixie dust ability, they don't have to make a saving throw. Like, they automatically
Right.
fail the saving throw. But this was, in the heat of battle, you're up close, you sprinkle pixie dust.
Okay.
You sprinkling pixie dust 60 feet in the air above a group of individuals, the wind is going to scatter it. If you wanted to lower yourself down and get into the thick of things, and do that, there's a difference there between trying to throw something 60 feet off. a
Then I'll
cliff.
do it.
You don't do it?
I'll go down.
You're going down?
Yep.
Alright. Okay. Here's what happens.
Do I still need to roll?
No, not yet. 5 guys. They start walking forward.
Great burgers.
You walk forward. You're like,
Hey, it's like, did you see that ship? That was weird.
As that happens, give me a strength saving throw to lower Desvahai down if she goes super quick.
21.
21, instantly. You're at the ground. So he's got backup now. There's a whistle, and all 4 of these guys with swords look up to see hello as you've got a sword, and then there's a Never boy standing up at the top who's glowing and glittering with this sort of like gold energy to her, with a rat on her shoulder. As that happens, they also see the largest woman they've ever seen in their life, who's making an athletics check to start climbing down this mountain towards them.
17.
17. You are making your way down this mountain, and their eyes sort of track the 2 of them with the whistle, track to the woman who's climbing down the mountain, to the one that's standing behind him, and then all of a sudden there's a bee. There's a bee on like his other shoulder, and the bee has a like vial of pixie dust in their hand that they're holding, and it seems to be crackling with this arcane energy that pops and lights up occasionally.
So before we do anything rash, let's talk about this first.
As they see all of this happen and all of this unfold, and the bee lands, and the woman's climbing down the mountain, and the monk is standing there, one of the tribe standing.
She
with,
slowly, the stalking cat video.
Yeah.
A little bit closer, and then a little bit closer.
The skeleton brings his arms up and goes, "Hey, let's talk."
Let's talk about this. This one cleaved someone in half the other day. That one can outrun pretty much anybody. The pixie's on a bee, and we have a guy up there that has a pretty mean shot. And the girl up there that's glowing, we don't, stuff can happen. So let's just put things away and talk about the civilized.
This is an insanely
And by the way,
terrifying...
you're talking to a skeleton.
This is an insanely terrifying image to these individuals, especially with the 2 of you right next to him, just sort of there, and you sort of doing ninja cat. Where they'll turn and they'll look and have the conversation. As they turn back, you've crept up a little closer. Intimidation at advantage, please. They are looking at you, but the leader has nothing but eyes for the kid at the very top.
Intimidation?
Yeah.
21.
There's a pregnant pause as the guy up front takes out a pistol. And you immediately know what this is. I think everybody else may have encountered one of these before, but they're rare.
Yeah.
He takes out a pistol, and he turns back at the group of 4 and points it at the one at the far right and shoots him in the head. Everybody's shocked. No one knows what to do. And he goes over and takes some oil out of his pack and starts sprinkling oil on this guy, and takes the musket again, takes a little bit of the powder out of it, puts it on the guy, and lights him on fire. He waits, and then takes his jacket off and puts out the fire.
If you move again, I throw this.
Pixie. I have too pretty a face to have messed up. Because all of you scare the shit out of me. But I need to bring the body back. Savvy?
You got your body that you just made right now then.
Speak louder, I can't hear you!
That's why I did. And he goes over to the body, and the men are just horrified. Like
When
the
I
men
hit
are,
the
the
ground.
other men are just horrified. You're at the ground at this point.
When I hit the ground and pull out my giant axe, I stand there and stare now.
He motions to the men, and they go over. They pick up their fallen friend and start carrying him into the water.
What's your name?
Sofa.
Come on.
Sofa.
Why do you want him?
Him? We didn't want him. We wanted his crew.
His crew.
A ship.
Why?
You ever seen a ship do that?
There.
Who? You. Who? Who's your captain?
And he'll smile and he'll turn around and start walking into the water. Unless anybody does anything to stop him.
Do you want me to stop him?
I vaguely remember the pixie saying, one more, and she's gonna throw it. And you're gonna walk away? You just dropped one of your own
He is-
captains.
I'm just gonna grab him.
No, I'm.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run up and just like grab him by the scruff of his collar.
Cool. As you
before he
pull him
goes
around,
down.
he's going to turn around with a dagger in his other hand and walk down. That will be a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
23 hits. Everybody else, we're going to have to start rolling some initiative. As,
Yes.
yeah, you had some ready actions going on,
Yeah.
especially you. So he's going to roll some sneak attack damage.
too, I'm pretty sure I have a reaction to a hit somewhere.
Read through those real quick. Okay, you take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
As this dagger stabs into you. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw,
Okay.
and then you can take whatever reaction you need to make.
Ooh. A 7. So no.
A 7. The stab cuts through you, and you're furious. You're angry about what this stab is, and then you're starting to get kind of like it's getting harder to move, Des. Like this dagger cuts into you, and you sort of lock into place. Okay.
Okay.
At the end of your next turn, you are able to make another con save to fight against this poison.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't we go ahead and roll initiative? I did not expect you guys to do this. 20 to 25.
20.
Just quick side note: does my attack
Give me an
happen?
attack.
Yeah.
What are you aiming? You aiming for this
The
guy?
guy who just sliced.
Des is right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can take this shot, but if this goes real bad, you're gonna hit her.
Well, I already rolled for it.
What did you roll?
19.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Roll damage.
Do I get a bonus action for this?
Nope. This
Cool.
is a surprise. Like you had the arrow prepped. As soon as he turned around and you heard Des sort of scream
9.
out. Okay, 9 points of damage. 20 to 25 on initiative.
21.
21. What?
20 and 20.
20 and 20.
20. Roll off, kids.
10.
13.
All right. Audie. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
11.
14.
Okay. Okay.
6.
Des.
Yep.
All right. Audie, you are up.
I'm gonna rage again.
First, you're gonna rage again.
Yep, rage and rage. And then I'm going to run forward and reckless attack on the person who stabbed Des.
Cool. You are running forward at this point, and give me an attack roll.
23.
23. Yeah, 23 hits. Give me damage.
4 points.
4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. 4 points of damage on top of the one from earlier. Ryan,
Um,
what's What's Cal doing?
A charm person on the lieutenant.
Okay. This save is going to be an advantage because Audie has attacked him, and so has Slowpoke. So because Clip and Des and Slowpoke attacked him,
Okay.
this save is going to be a disadvantage. Do you still want to do that?
I want to change to Dissonant Whispers then.
Dissonant Whispers. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. What is the save on Dissonant Whispers?
Dissonant Whispers is a. We're gonna do it at a second level, so that's a 13.
13. He makes a save.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
It's still half damage, I think.
Yeah.
It's 3d6.
Okay. With this turn, he is with his turn up is 3d6.
I did it at a second level.
Yeah. Okay. Next time, tell me you're doing that. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're casting a spell and it's not at the normal level it is, tell me before you cast the spell. Instead we get into like how you know. I made my save. So it's good now. Roll the damage, but let me know before you guys cast. Okay.
So it's 9 at half damage. So.
Okay.
4 or 5.
Okay. That's good. With his turn, he is going to put the knife to Desbahai's neck and stand behind her. And with his free action, will yell, "No one move! No one move, or I swear to God, I'll cut her throat. I just want them to get to the ship. If anybody makes a move against me, I swear to God, I'll do it." That is his turn. Hillary,
Hold action.
what do you hold? I don't even think
No,
I use that. Like
Huh?
some sort of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Action surge with 2 of my bolts. My
Okay.
specials.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
Special.
holding.
Got it. Okay. You've got him there. Let's get some music on. Okay. That's Hillary. Garrison. What is Slowpoke doing?
I get hold. I'm aiming right at. If anyone makes a move.
All right. The guys are still walking down. They're taking the body to the ship. They have not stopped. They're not joining.
Wait, taking her to the ship?
No,
the other one.
The
Yeah, yeah.
dead pirate. The other ones are carrying him forward.
And he said makes a move against me.
If you
right?
make a move
Okay.
against me,
Because I'm still at the top of the cliff with the kid who's burned.
correct.
Okay, so I'm just pushing him behind me a little bit.
He's still sort of out of it, so he's on the ground.
Oh,
So
he's
you
still
can-
on the ground. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm moving in front of him to
Got it.
protect him, and at the same time, because I'm touching him when I do that, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Roll for healing, please.
Alright. That is a 10.
10? Yeah. He his eyes flutter open as some of the burns on his face begin to heal even more so.
That's
he
it.
looks familiar.
Do I need to make a history check?
I don't know what it is about this kid, but you recognize this
He
kid.
doesn't look like we saw him recently in a dream with shadows and stuff like that, does he?
Doesn't look like Peter, but you know this kid.
From a long time ago or
Give me
from
a history
recent?
check. Fairly recent.
Probably not. No, 7.
Yep. You have no idea. That's Thistle's turn. Desvahai. It is now the end of your turn. If you would like to make another con save, this one at advantage, as you are sort of pushing this poison out. See if you can break through.
At advantage?
At advantage.
19.
19. You get feeling back in your limbs,
Mhm.
and you look down to see he's got the knife sort of pressed up against your neck.
Yeah.
And it's in a precarious situation. But you have your arms back, you have your whole body back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Is my hand still on my axe?
Your hand is still on your axe. It is the end of your turn. On your turn, you would be able to swing that thing.
Cool.
But know that he's got the knife to your neck.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
I know. I
This-
know.
Okay. Augie.
Don't like this at all.
I got self-pointed. But...
I still have like, I'm holding on to my axe. Like I was in mid swing to hit him again. I was holding on because I'm right next to him now because I hit him.
You are right there, up in the thick of it. And if he didn't have Dez, you would be able to cut this guy down the middle like you did before.
I'm just glaring at him. Drop her now because I can heal her. I won't heal you. They can heal her. I won't heal you.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check. Ryan, you're up.
It's a 17.
17. He's in a bad place, man. Like he realizes that if he lets her go, he's dead.
If you don't let her go, you're dead too.
Yeah, he's pretty much dead.
Can I talk?
As a free action, yeah, I'll let you talk.
I'm gonna say, keep calm. Trust me.
I'm reaching, so I can try.
Trust me.
He will continue his movement. He will not continue his movement, but he'll continue his action. Ryan, it's your turn. What are you doing?
I'm holding Stonefeather
You're holding Stonefeather.
until he starts swimming to the ship.
Clever boy. Okay. On his turn, he takes a quick glance backward, just to see as his men get close to the ship. And they're getting close to the ship. They're being lowered like a rope, and they're bringing this body up. And he turns back to all of you, and he sort of goes, "There's no way out of this, is there?"
Depends on how cooperative you want to be.
What if I tell you who you are?
You're going to have to do a lot more than that.
What if I tell you who you are? Will you let me go?
You have to do a lot more than that.
A lot.
I have a really angry woman with an axe. A really angry pixie with a bee. You also
so
have.
lame. Stop saying that.
You have 2 angry women with an axe.
I was getting to you. And it might as well the sharpshooter I still have on the ridge.
He looks back at the ship and then looks back at all of you. And brings the knife away from Desmond's. Like, doesn't go to attack her, but just brings the knife away.
Am I still like held
No,
somehow?
you're not being held. He just brings the knife away.
Okay.
Are you releasing your actions? Everybody that held an act. Audie, are you releasing your attack? Hillary, are you releasing your attack?
Is he?
I want to attack.
She lets go of Desmond and sort of pushes her.
I want to hit him
Yep.
with the blunt end to get him down.
All right, give me attack rolls. Give me
I'm doing
give me
reckless
both
attack.
of those arrows.
16.
Oh, those are both 17s plus 6.
Roll damage. You gonna roll your attack?
No.
Okay.
He hasn't started into the ocean yet. Did you just roll?
15 points of damage.
Okay. And what about you?
It's a lot. Hold on.
Yeah.
I was trying not to kill him, but get him down.
Well, you knocked him out.
At least.
Or you hit him hard.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You're as you're rolling damage for this. You bring it down. You bring the blunt end of the axe down. So you're not bringing it with the edge. You bring the
Yeah,
blunt
I'm
edge.
just trying him on his knees. I want him down.
You accomplish this as you bring him down to his knees and things of that sort. And you see as Clip, and as she does, the axe sort of flies forward and it smacks him in the head, and he hits his knees and he sort of looks up at the ship and sort of grits his teeth as he stares straight ahead.
Oh, that's even more than that because I did 2.
How rough does he look?
Bad.
Don't
So
wanna
that's
kill
gonna
him.
be 12 poison damage,
Yep.
and then that's gonna be 3 plus 11 of slashing.
He spits at you, and as the arrows
Because those are grasping.
right directly into the chest, and he is down on the ground. He's dead. As the other individuals are making their way up towards the ship.
I just yell for everyone to get back up here as soon as they can.
Yep. I go
I
immediately.
check the uniform, see if I get if there's any leadership. Anything.
I go too.
I go
This is not the
immediately.
road I
You're
wanted.
running.
No, run!
Yeah.
Everyone run!
Cal,
Now!
Investigation. Cal is staying behind.
I gotta know.
Step the wind, dude. I'm getting up there.
Ooh, investigation's a good one.
You're taking your hands through
26.
the different pouches that he has and stuff like that, and as you're like filling along the sleeve, you don't find it. He's got something with a cuff, and you take the cuff, like you rip open the cuff, you grab what looks to be like a little like sack, like a little tiny like dice bag or something along those lines. As you grab that, you start joining the rest of the party as everybody starts making their way up to the top of the cliff face. At the top of the cliff face, Thistle is bent over the body of a small boy. You guys watch to make sure everybody gets up to the cliff face correctly, and the ship starts setting sail off into the distance.
Thank goodness.
So first thing I say, if he's coming to consciousness, is who are you?
His eyes are fluttering open, but he's
not responding.
He's not really responding.
Treehouse.
Who's looking at the kid?
Me.
All of us.
Are we up there?
I am.
Yeah, I think at a
I'm watching
moment where
the show.
everybody gets up there, the first person to recognize him is Nell. The second person to recognize him is Desbahai. And as the two of them look forward at the kid, they cock their heads to the side. And both of them look back up at you. Because it's you, Slowpoke.
Yeah.
And you hit your knees. And you're like holding this kid in your arms, and he's like you're watching as the burns are starting to like slowly like fade away a little bit, and then the hair and the cowl, you couldn't quite pinpoint it because it's him, it's the same facial features in him, but you didn't recognize it because he's years and years and years younger. And the kid is burned. He's in pain. And as you hit your knees, Slowpoke and Slowerpoke, like slowly climbs down your body and sort of sits on his chest, his eyes flutter open, and he looks over at you, and he looks at the turtle, and he looks back. Dad? And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into tonight's episode of Neverland and Never.
Oh gosh.
Who did we just kill?
We hit our thing of like our stride is like this guy has it. Nope, arrow, cleave. But it's great. There's lots of things to come up and things to explore. We love you guys so much. Thank you. There's always a spot at the table for you guys, for everybody that joined us tonight and followed. And thank you so much. I don't want to jinx it, but I think that puts us at 550 tonight. Thank you guys. We don't spend any money on advertising, so everybody word of mouth and telling friends and stuff like that. We'll get these audio hiccups hashed out and sort of mapped together. But until then, we'll see you guys soon. Indigo Connect, and are we ever going to stop doing cliffhangers?
Never!